So, how can we continue this transformation? Where do we go next? Social revolution is customer revolution. Social revolution is partner revolution. How do we extend the walls of our enterprise to bring our customers, to bring our partners into our community so we can work towards the same goals and objectives? To date, there has not been any solution on that front. And most of our customers, as they get more and more educated with social business, they're asking us to provide them a community so they can bring their customers and their partners together. Dell is asking us, they want a community so they can bring their resellers, so they can work on new opportunities, so they can close more deals faster. Tony Robbins, which you guys are going to see him tomorrow, and he's showcasing our community product, he's been asking us, I want a community so I can bring my participants together so they can help each other solve their challenges. APM, they want a place so their freelancers and their news producers can work together to produce news shows so they can take it to market faster. Häagen-Dazs wants a community so their franchisees can come together in one place so they can share business success stories. And lastly, FDA, which I was speaking with them yesterday, they are very excited to work with device manufacturers, with pharmaceutical companies, so they can bring new products to market faster. And they're very excited on this front. So with that, what sort of solution do we have available today? We have portals, but portals are not social, they're not easily branded, and it's pretty hard to bring all your business processes in one place securely and share with your customers and your partners. So we went to work, and we are building our next generation portal platform. Keep talking about platform. Our next generation portal platform. It's social. We have Chatter. We have all the right assets. Chatter, to make it social. Sites, to make it branded and easily branded. And we're talking within minutes, you can brand your community. You can set up your community. You can configure your community regardless if it's a partner community, if it's a customer community, it's a marketing community, you name it. Within minutes, you can do this. And then all the business processes that we have today and your custom business processes that you build yourself can come together in one place. And with that, I'm very excited to announce our Chatter communities that allows you to bring your customers, your partners, into a private, branded community. And so you can collaborate. And not only you can collaborate, you can bring all your business processes in one place securely and safely. Now let's see Chatter communities in action. GE Capital is here. They've been using our Chatter community to build a community with their partners so they can transform their relationship with their customers. With that, I bring back Doug Bewsher so he can show you how GE Capital is using Chatter communities. Doug, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nasi. I get all the exciting part of this, which is actually show you the real examples of how customers are using it. And yesterday, you heard the amazing stories around how GE, as an organization, is really thinking about transforming business, and all those wonderful stories about bringing machines and things. But even before that infamous meeting that Mark talked about, we've been working with GE Capital on some amazing innovations, and that's what I want to show you today. So GE Capital, everyone in this room probably actually has a relationship with GE Capital. They're one of the leading financial institutions in the world. They've got over $400 billion in assets, 80 million customers. But very importantly, they have over 1 million commercial customers. These are things like franchisees who need financing to grow their franchise business. This is auto dealerships who need to be able to give credit to their customers. And this is things like healthcare practitioners who need to be able to finance operations, plastic surgery and all those incredibly important operations. So what they sort of wanted to do was, how do we transform these relationships that we have? And historically, GE Capital had a very transactional orientation, right? So, for example, Jay Smith, he runs the truck dealership in Florida. And he loves GE Capital. They provide the financing and things, but that was sort of a transactional relationship, if you will. And they sort of said, what would happen if we could actually extend that relationship? How do we give to Jay, one of our great customers, all of the expertise that's not just in GE Capital, but is actually in the whole of GE? How do we bring in all the insights and understanding and ideas that we get from our partners, from McKinsey and Booz and others? But perhaps most importantly, how does GE Capital help Jay connect with the other truck dealerships and share ideas and so forth, which historically he's not been able to do, but it's pretty helpful for him for growing his business? And how can GE move to that relationship and become much more about how does Jay think about building his business, not just about that transactional relationship? Builders, not bankers. So let's have a look at how they did this. And this is Access GE. Now, this is a community built on Salesforce, but I think the first thing that I notice about it, and hopefully you guys do, is the branding, right? This doesn't look like a standard sort of chatter implementation, right? It's beautifully branded, has all the values and the look and the feel that GE Capital wants to bring to bear. Now, Jay Smith, he's got two problems. He's got a low credit customer that he wants to get financing for, and secondarily, he's thinking about how can he grow his business through internet marketing. So first thing he does is he drops in because he wants to have a look at some communities where maybe he'll get some ideas about this customer. And here you can see all of the different communities that Jay can join. There's public communities, which anyone can join. And there's communities sponsored by some of GE's partners, like Booz or whoever, right? But most interestingly for Jay, he can actually go to the equipment dealer community. That's the jargon, if you will, for truck dealers among truck dealers. And here you can see this private community where all of those truck dealers can get together to talk about ideas for how to grow the business. So he thinks this looks pretty cool, and he drops into that community. And now what you can see is the power of chatter, the power of social collaboration applied within a private branded community. So just among those truck dealers who haven't necessarily worked before, you can see things like polls or the ability to follow people. All that wonderful stuff that we showed earlier in the GAP demonstration is all available within this group. And so there's a discussion going on. So GE Capital, for example, can post its latest offer. Or you can see a conversation happening around an event that just recently happened. It's a quite beautiful photo, in fact. Most importantly, Jay can actually collaborate with these other truck dealers, have a conversation. How do I get this dealer, this truck driver, to be able to get the financing he needs? It's not something that GE Capital provides necessarily. And in fact, somebody has posted a very helpful, one of the other dealerships has posted a helpful top tips of getting through that process. So this is amazing. This isn't no longer transactions. This is how do they build a business and how do they deepen that relationship. But now as he solves that problem and he gets that customer into a truck, but now he wants to figure out about how do I do better internet marketing. That's not something he necessarily thinks the other truck dealers know very well. So he wants to go and find an expert. So he just clicks into the Explore, and here he can explore to find somebody who can help him drive his customer relationships. Clicks on that and searches, and now GE can bring to power all of that institutional expertise to help Jay. So you can see insights from GE, best papers, best practices, white papers, that kind of stuff. But you can also see other perspectives from their partners, from McKinsey or Booz or whoever, HBR. But most importantly, you can actually see some of those real people. So he looks, and Linda Boff, he thinks is an absolute rock star in digital marketing. So now, right from there, he can actually connect, reach out to her and say, I'd like to have a conversation about digital marketing. So what's incredible about this is this then creates a lead directly into their sales management system with all the information about Jay, all of that rich profile that he shared publicly, so that that conversation that they have can be really effective and efficient. So really, really amazing example of how within this community you can bring business processes right into that community as well. So that power of branding, of the ability to bring a real business process and all the social power of Chatter brought together in private communities for customers, for partners, and also for employees. It's really transformational. And I'm very excited to be able to invite up on stage Ian Forrest. Ian Forrest is the CMO of GE Capital.
Doug, thanks very much. Good to be here.
So thank you. I mean, it looks amazing. Where did you get this idea from?
We have, this is about growth for us. We've been doing Access GE in some shape or form for 10 years. I mean, we think it's what makes us different as a financial service provider. A bank can give you money. But the reason you want to work with GE Capital is we're part of GE. And we're going to bring expertise to your business to help lean manufacturing, open new markets, and do things that traditional financial service providers can't do. Now, like I said, we've been doing it for 10 years. The problem is scale. So how do you take something that touches today a few hundred customers and get it to touch thousands of customers? Not in one geography, but across the globe. And so for us, this is a core pillar of our growth strategy, and underlying that is a lot of the community product that you guys built.
Brilliant. And how's Salesforce help you do that?
You guys are all right. I come at it from a marketing perspective, and I think marketing and IT don't always get along. But nonetheless, I think we went from 0 to beta in 50 days and 0 to launch in 90. So, the idea of getting this deployed in 90 days is pretty spectacular.
That's brilliant. And what kind of business results are you seeing from this?
Today we have 2,200 companies that use this portal as a means to gain expertise. We have more than 50 communities. We have hundreds of experts, thousands of pieces of content out there. I think we're starting to see some real traction around how it's being used. What we get excited about is we know that customers who use this, we win more, we get better margin, and they're more satisfied. So, if you think about the business we're in the business of loaning customers money. And we're only successful if they pay us back. So, why wouldn't we share everything we know with our clients? Because it kind of helps us get our money back in the first place. So we're encouraged by the results. It's more growth. It's a core part of our strategy going forward.
Brilliant. Ian, thank you so much. And I expect Beth has got a few things to learn from GE Capital. So I think this is just an amazing story about how GE Capital are transforming using the power of communities, the relationships they have with their customers and with their partners and their employees.